Hi, I'm Agnieszka Świta of Camera. You are watching Live Prog.
There you have it. When Age Has Done Its Duty by Cosmograf.
Light goes on, it's cold inside. She knows it's time to take a ride. Your life will change.
The band Cosmograf is in fact a one-man band. Robin Armstrong is the mastermind behind it. He wrote all the songs, he performs nearly everything on the album. He got help with some friends who also played some of the parts, did some vocals, and in the end we have an incredible album. Now, When Age Has Done Its Duty is not his first album, it's in fact his third album. He released a few albums before, and all of them, including this one, are concept albums. So what I found, and when I listened to When Age Has Done Its Duty, I think that is very good because I find he is a great storyteller. You know, he knows how to make it interesting to listen to. When I listen to the album, I noticed a lot of songs start with, well, a bit of sound samples. You know, for example, Into This World, the opening track, starts with clocks. Well, not surprisingly, because well, Mr. Robin Armstrong has a day job which involves, well, clocks, simply to said. But also a song like A Blacksmith Hammer, you hear the sound of a blacksmith. So that makes it, well, very nice to open, very good to listen to. The music on When Age Has Done Its Duty is very varied. We have some very heavy tracks with some really good guitar. We have softer tracks. I mean, if you listen to well, the opening track, Into This World, it's really strong, crunchy guitars on it, but later on, well, it gets a little softer and gives a mellow sound. I found that the keyboards are there, but not dominating or anything. No, they just fill up nicely, and sometimes they move forward a little bit. Like White Light Awaits is a more electronic song.
What does it feel like? Walking on white light around.
When I said it's a concept album, When Age Has Done Its Duty deals with growing up, with aging. It starts with your birth. So track number 1, Into the World, and well, for me the story ends with track 7, White Light Awaits, which is the symbol of death. We have one track after that called Dog on the Clee, and I think that is more the afterlife. You know, you can enjoy. It's a beautiful song with acoustic guitars and you know, very nice. Well, that's the afterlife. Now, the tracks on the album range from 5 to almost 14 minutes. So there are a couple of very nice epics on the album, like the title track, When Age Has Done Its Duty, beautifully sung by Steve Thorne. It's a really gem on the album. Now, what I like about this album is that at times, when you're in the mood, you know, you can really crank up the volume, you can really let it blow out of your speakers. But at the same time, you know, you can dream away with the songs, and that is something I'm really impressed that he managed to do that in one album. You know, play it loud and dream away with it. Sometimes it's one or the other. Well, it's a really great album to listen to. He invited a couple of guests. despite the fact that I find him a very nice singer. I really enjoy listening to his vocals. He's a great musician. Still, he managed to find some very interesting friends, and one of them I'm particularly happy about, and that is Bob Dalton from It Bites, because he plays live drums. A lot of times when you have people who, well, make an album on their own, they use a drum computer, and although I admit I don't really hear it well, the difference between the electronic and the acoustic drums, I still think the real drums, the acoustic drums, add, well, a lot more dimension, a lot more warmth to a recording. So I'm very glad that he did.
We had electric light in the 70s. Flick the heavy switch, lights up all our lives. Staring at the tiny tube, flicker black and white. Switch the TV on.
His friends from Also Eden, Mr. Simon Rogers and Steve Dunn, also contributed on both bass and guitar. He had a nice guest part from Luke Mashin, the new guitar wonder from The Tangent, playing a solo. I mentioned Steve Thorne on vocals. He also had Hugh Lloyd-Jones, the previous singer from Also Eden and now the singer of the band Unto Us, who also sings a song. And well, the change in voices again makes it nice to listen to. You have well, some diversity, and the album stays fresh, and there's, well, I can tell you, you can listen to this album for a long time because there's a lot to discover in it. I find it's very beautiful music, and, well, did I mention the beautiful cover? I don't think so.
The energy of youth is wasted on the young. That's what they say.
The artwork for this fantastic album was done by Mr. Graham Bell, and I think he's, well, a sort of a rising star when it comes to artwork. He did the cover of the well, last Also Eden release. He did the artwork on the She, the musical website, and, well, he done this beautiful artwork as well. So I can say this album, highly recommended. It is very beautiful music. It doesn't give you the feeling that you're listening to a copy or a heavy influenced music from the 70s. No, this is refreshing music. It has some heavy elements, it has a bit of folk in it, it has acoustic songs in it. Well, I think it has something for everyone, and I think everyone will really enjoy this album. So check out Cosmograf when age has done its duty.
The boy flew down.